All right, so now that we imported our API key, let's run the code. So we're going to run the assistant.py. So in your terminal, type in Python space assistant.py and then press enter. There you have it. It's actually working. So what the task is doing is, the question is what's happening in France. So as you can see here, the output is in a table or a markdown. So the first column has the message with the response time in seconds. Then the second column is the question, and then having it provide the output. All right, so this brings it to about 5 bullet points, and also gives you the link on where it actually got that information. So let's run the other code, which is the assistant can write and run Python code. So let's copy and paste this onto my directory. I normally exit out of the terminal and I normally start all over just to make sure that nothing is interrupting the current code. So I just paste it out on there, save as, and we'll put it as Python assistant.py. Let's see how they did that. Oh, underscore. So with this Python assistant.py, it is bringing up a movie, the IMDb movie. Oh, but before all right, so copy that, open up a new terminal. Right click on my mouse. It will paste pandas. So depending what type of antivirus you have on your operating system, I have Trend Micro. Let's see. Yep, Trend Micro antivirus. So you have additional files that pop up on the screen. So that's what I'm clicking on. So right now it's opening up the file to install it. So just keep in mind that the reason why this is slow because I'm using a 4-year-old laptop, but depending on what type of laptop or desktop you have, it may go faster than what you see on my screen. Go back to the GitHub repo and find out what do I need to do. So after that's installed, we're going to run the Python assistant.py file. Right, there you go. So we're going to go back and run the Python file, copy that, go back to VS Code, paste the code Python space Python underscore assistant.py, click enter, and we have an error. So right now there's no such file directory, which I do have it right here. That's why. Okay, so I misspelled Python. Save. Let's try this again. All right, so I do continue to have errors. So I normally go back up here. I scroll up and I just find out what's causing the issue as far as why it's not working. So I need to install Assistant. So let's try doing that. So let's do pip install Assistant. Which that didn't work. So let's do Python Assistant. Right, so that did not work. So let's go back to the requirements.text. I normally scroll through here and look through what is needed to install. So what I do now is I reinstall it, reinstall the requirements again, just to see if that works. All the requirements are satisfied. So let's close that out and let's try this method. So on the top right where it has the play button, I normally click run Python file. And what it does is it opens up a new terminal. Um, just just as a fresh start, in regards to your first terminal. And we're still having those errors. So all right, so I'm gonna pause this video and see why that's not working. Or actually, let's go on to example number 3, which is using the SQL database. That you would have to install DuckDB. So let's give that a shot. So data underscore system.py. So we're going to close out these terminals, close out the Python assistant.py, open up a new terminal. Now we're going to do a new text file. So I just pasted on the code as you see here, and we're going to save as data underscore assistant.py. Save. And from there, it's going to upload into my file directory. So what we're going to do now is install DuckDB. So pip install DuckDB, press enter. All right, DuckDB installed. So let's run the Python file that we just created. So copy and paste. Press enter. And we also have another error. So I'm going to pause this video and come back with part 3. I'm going to try and figure out what happened with example number 2 and example number 3. But so far, the first assistant.py worked. So if you can, give that a go. And then I'll just give the data and Python assistant a go and see how that goes for you. But in the meantime, I'm going to pause it and find out where exactly I went wrong and then put out a part 3 of this video. Thank you again for watching and stay tuned for part 3.